Your name, sir?
Jaden Patrick.
Thank you, Your Honor. Today's the date and time set for sentencing. We have reviewed the pre-sentence investigation report, real corrections, and as to the recommendation, we were also able to review that, and we would respectfully request the court adopt it.
Anything you want to say, sir, before I impose that?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Place you on 9 months probation. You're to pay $555 fines and court costs, $270 probation oversight fees, $300 restitution to Sydney Wolf. We will apply the bond as to that. But not everything, we didn't have enough. Okay. So the bond will go toward the restitution. Then how are you going to pay the fines and costs?
I can pay probably half tomorrow, get half paid, and then I'll do the rest probably in like 2 weeks.
So how much can you pay tomorrow?
How much is it total? I think she told me 800. I could do like.
Well, we have the 300 for the bond for the restitution. So, yeah. So how much can you pay?
I'll pay like 400 tomorrow.
400 tomorrow. Okay, I'll give you 400 by Friday, and then you're gonna have the balance paid 2 weeks after that.
Yes.
Okay, and then the balance by January 30th. There's to be no use of alcohol, recreational marijuana, or any illegal substance. You'll be subject to random testing as requested by probation. You are to complete a theft class. You're to do that within the next 60 days. No contact with Sydney Wolf directly or indirectly. You're to maintain employment with proof to probation. I'll order 365 days in jail. Credit 36 served. The balance is suspended.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Court calls the case of the people versus Anjanae Randolph.
Assistant Public Defender Natalie Tate with and on behalf of Ms. Randolph, who appears on Zoom. Ma'am, can you please state your name for the court?
Ajane Randolph.
Thank you, Your Honor. Today's the date and time set for sentencing. We have had the opportunity and did review the pre-sentence investigation report. I only have one brief kind of change. My client advises that she actually lives in Ann Arbor and she works in Ypsilanti, and I believe the report may have that the other way around. Other than that, we have no other changes and would request the court adopt the recommendation.
Ms. Randolph, anything you want to tell the court before I impose sentence?
No.
Sent to the court, you're to pay $480 fines and costs, $516 restitution to Walmart payable through the court. When are you going to get that paid, ma'am?
I have $200 I can pay today, and then I get paid bi-weekly. I can make payments bi-weekly if that's available. And I can.
So you have $200 today, realizing the restitution has to be paid in cash, right?
Yes, she did tell me that. So.
Okay, so if you pay $200 today, how much are you going to pay every other week?
I really want to get it paid off within like the next 2-3 weeks. So maybe like.
Pardon?
I really want to get it paid off within the next within the next month, honestly. So.
You went from 2 to 3 weeks to a month.
Because I have to think I get paid every 2 weeks, not every week. So.
Right. So can I? Let's see, that's about 900. Well, it's about almost $1,000.
Almost $1,000, yes.
So every other week, what are you going to pay?
Yeah, 300.
300. Gotcha. All right. So you're going to pay 200 by Friday. I'll just put by Friday, and then 300 every other week afterwards. Yeah. All right. That'll work. And 93 days in jail suspended. All right. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. And do I just come into the courthouse and pay it? Or
yes, come into the courthouse. We'll be more than happy to take your money.
Okay, I'm on my way.
No. All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Court calls the case, People versus Miles Rowe.
On behalf of Mr. Rowe, Mr. Rowe, state your name for the record, please.
Miles Rowe.
All right, go ahead.
Your Honor, today is the date and time set for sentencing. I did review the probation recommendation with Mr. Rowe. We do ask that you adopt the bulk of the recommendation with the exception of the 5 days in jail. On behalf of Mr. Rowe, we are asking that the court either strike that recommendation or hold the 5 days in abeyance. Obviously, while Mr. Rowe is on probation, he will have the whole 93 days kind of hanging over his head if he were to violate his probation. He does understand that and is ready to complete this term. Regarding the 5 days, he did let me know a couple reasons why this would have a negative impact on his life circumstances right now. He is working a temporary job, or he's working a job where he's a temp. He's in his probationary period, basically. He's just a few weeks away from those 90 days where then he will be made a full-time employee. He doesn't have any time off or any sick or vacation days that he can take for the next couple of days. So he's very worried that he will lose his job if he were to be remanded. Additionally, he does have 2 children, a 16-year-old and a 4-year-old. He told me his 4-year-old will be with him full-time this weekend. The child's mother is going on vacation, so he is the primary caregiver for the next couple of days. So obviously does not want to be away from his child. He is also helps care for his family. His father just had back surgery. They own a farm up north, so he assists with
And
that
down
farm.
Down here too.
Two farms, okay.
Yeah.
So he assists with that farm, especially given his father's medical conditions, helping with run the farm and helping his father through this medical situation. His girlfriend is here as a support system. His family is very supportive of his sobriety. He even mentioned that his sister's going to school for drug counseling, and she's supportive of his sobriety. We've had multiple conversations over the last couple of weeks. He, I think, is very ready to be sober. He's talked to me multiple times about how this has basically changed his life. He appreciates the tether, keeping him accountable. He says he's willing to wear it for as long as the court wants because he appreciates the changes that being sober has made in his life. He did do as an assessment. The assessment says he's low risk for consumption because he also demonstrated to the assessor that he's ready to change his life conditions and is really on a good path. We also did talk lastly about the fines and costs. He believes he can post at least $400 today.
So anything you want to say before I impose sentence?
I mean, I could pay the whole thing in full today if I don't have to do the 5 days. If I have to do the 5
Did
days,
this look like a negotiation to you?
no.
Go ahead. You can tell me anything else you want.
I mean, I'm just afraid of losing my job, so I wouldn't be able to pay.
Well, then you should have thought about that before you tampered with our device.
I didn't do a tamper with it, but I don't, as I did, so it is what it is. I don't know what else to say. I was just working.
Go ahead, sir. Anything else you want to tell me?
Other than the fact that being sober is about the best thing that I've had happen to me in about 10 years. So I appreciate it. And I take full responsibility for my action and hate that it happened. And I want to move forward and just move on with my life and take care of my family and not lose my house and keep everything going.
Court does acknowledge this is not a serious misdemeanor as defined by statute. However, it does believe there are reasonable grounds to depart from the presumption of a non-probationary sentence. The alcohol screening and assessment identifies the benefit of outpatient treatment, driver's intervention class, and abstinence from all intoxicants. Therefore, the court will follow the recommendation of probation for a probationary sentence with the stated rehabilitative goals to promote change, prevent recidivism, monitor compliance, and recommended treatment. Therefore, the sentence of the court, you're placed on probation for a 12-month period in time. You're to pay $855 fines and court costs $100 prosecution recovery cost, $100 police agency recovery costs, and $360 probation oversight fees. Pay $400 today. How are you gonna pay the balance?
I can do a payment plan for whatever.
A payment plan is directed by probation.
Right.
There's to be no use of alcohol, recreational marijuana, or illegal substances. You'll be subject to random testing as requested by probation. You are to complete outpatient treatment, including all recommended aftercare with status reports to probation. You are to provide proof of victims' impact panel attendance to probation. The Scram tether will continue until proof of treatment is received by probation. So with reference to the jail time and why I'm clearly indicating that this is not it's not a negotiation of fines and costs. You were 0.224 and there was a crash of the vehicle that very well could have been a crash that took somebody out.
I know.
So, well, you can know it, but I don't know that you appreciate it. You're not in a position to negotiate. Then when I put you on the Scram tether, I all of a sudden get a notification of a tamper with it. And through the tamper, it still suggests that there was alcohol. And you're telling me you didn't do it, but
I was running a chainsaw with the ethanol gas in it. I mean,
that's
just the only thing I can say. That's all I can say.
there's not a chainsaw in the world that's gonna set that thing off.
I mean,
93 days in jail, credit 1 day served. Defendant will serve an additional 5 days in jail due to the bond violation, and then the balance will be suspended. Defendant's remand.
Defender Natalie Pate with on behalf of Ren, who is approaching. Please state your name, sir.
Douglas Red.
All right.
Thank you, Your Honor. Today's the date and time set for show cause. My records indicate that the balance is currently 650. I did
Yeah,
speak
that's
briefly.
where I am.
I did speak briefly with Mr. Wren. He indicates to me that he is still at Dawn Farm. I'm unsure if is
Right
it
here.
inpatient or transitional housing at this time.
Inpatient.
Okay, you're still inpatient at Dawn Farm.
Yeah.
Okay. What's it look like in terms of your completion date
The 20th.
of this month?
Yep.
Okay. And then are you gonna then go transitional or
Yes.
something like that? All right, let's do this then. Let me do the same thing I did with this last young man. I'm gonna turn you out until March 11th, 2026, 9 a.m. And then we'll take a look at what I'm gonna want you to do with this. How's it going for you with the image?
Great.
Is it?
Yeah.
How long you been in?
Over 120 days.
Inpatient.
Yep.
Okay.
Kid from the county jail to there.
You there?
Yeah.
Okay, and it seems to be working out for you, at least right now for you?
Yes, sir.
All right, fantastic. But you've been in, you know what? How many more cases do you have out there?
I'm in County's drug court.
Are you?
Yeah.
You've been inpatient 120 some odd days.
Yes. Since August 3rd. September 3rd. Since September 3rd.
Long as you've been sober?
Almost 6 months.
I think that deserves some credit. Congratulations to you on that, because that, like that guy was saying, it's hard. It was hard, I bet. Real hard.
Yeah.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do for you, sir, is this. And I've seen you sitting here all morning, waiting for your case to be called, but you got here on time. I can't waive the state fees of $125, but I'm gonna waive everything else, and you're done with me.
Thank you.
All right, all I want you to do is live your life and stay sober. You hear me?
Yes.
All right, take care.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Your Honor.
What'd you say?
I said, you and me both.
Yeah. Court calls the case, People versus Reginald Moore.
Reginald Moore.
Moore, you're here. I'm gonna show cause you owe $644. How you gonna get that paid?
I could pay it. Not this check, not next week, but 2 weeks after next week. So the end of February. The end of February.
You can get it all paid?
Yeah, I got a job, so I paid a month. Not this check. I gotta pay something on this check. Through here,
Pardon?
actually. I gotta pay something for the court next week through here. Then I can pay the check after that.
Okay, so you think you can get this balance paid off by the end of February?
Yeah, I'm trying to get it out. I'm trying to get
I
out.
know you are, but you get
I paid you said 644?
$644. So I'm gonna indicate defendant to pay balance by February 27th, 2026. I'll set a review hearing on this for March 11th, 2026 at 9 a.m. All right, and like I was saying to some of the others, if you got it all paid off, I don't need to see you.
Okay,
Okay,
all right.
get it done.
Appreciate it.
All right, take care.
You too.
Have any more files? I want to do more.